2013-0310, the Parish President remarks and reports. Mr. St. Pierre?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Just a reminder, on October 16th at 2 o'clock, we will have the ribbon cutting ceremony for the Edward A. Dufresne Community Center. At 2 o'clock, everyone is invited. And also on November 14th at 10 o'clock for the new EOC, the public's also invited. We recently selected a new RSVP director. Her name is Michelle Jackson Higgins, and she is a native of Norco. Michelle received her Bachelor of Science degree from Louisiana State University. She has worked several years for the Arc of Greater New Orleans, with the last 5 years as the Director of the Children's Services. Ms. Higgins has worked closely with local and state agencies in terms of programming, licensing, and funding. She has received leadership awards as well as received a certificate of completion of work courses in nonprofit leadership and management. We welcome Michelle aboard, and as a matter of fact, we told her when she comes, bring her blue jeans, so she had to move the first day she got here. So, welcome, Michelle. Today we had our normal focus meeting calls from concerning the Biggest Waters Act and National Flood Insurance, and I'd like to just read something that the lobbyist has handled through Larry Levine with Joan Walker's sent us. Congress has authorized Congress had asked FEMA to do an affordability study, and this is a result what they asking for. Number one, they asked FEMA, the administrator, to call for a study. A method to encourage and maintain participants in the flood insurance program, methods to educate the consumer about the National Flood Insurance Program and the flood risks associated with the properties, methods of establishing an affordable framework for the National Flood Insurance Program, including methods to aid individuals to afford risk-based premiums under the National Flood Insurance Program through targeted assistance rather than general subsidies rates, including means-tested vouchers. The implementation of the National Flood Insurance Program and the federal budget of using each method. The National Academy of Science Foundation analysts to inform the administrator in the conduct of the study. Under Section A, the administrator shall enter into a contract with the National Academy of Science in consultation with the Comptroller General of the United States. They shall conduct and submit to the administrator an economic analysis of the costs and benefits of the federal government of the flood insurance program with full risk-based premiums, combined with the mean-tested federal assistance to aid individuals who cannot afford affordable coverage through the insurance voucher program. The analyst shall compare the cost of the program of risk-based rates and mean-tested assistance to the current system of subsidized flood insurance rates and fairly funded disaster relief rate for people without coverage. The report acts no later than 270 days after the date of the enactment of this act, that the administrator shall submit to the Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs of the Senate and the Committee on Financial Services of the House of Representatives a report that contains the results of the study under this section. And they also authorized $750,000 to get this done. So I think that's a big step in moving to an affordable flood insurance rate. That concludes my report, Madam Chair. So one other thing. Last week I attended a conference on the National Association of Developmental Organization, of which South Central Planning get a presentation on building the better communities through life after disasters. And one of the things, they probably had 30 states there, and at the end of the meeting we asked for a show of hands how many people were really familiar with the Biggest Waters Act, and only 3 states that knew about it: Mississippi, Louisiana, Kentucky. None of the people had a clue what was going on. So they got a rude awakening coming. That concludes my report, Madam Chairman.